Hello and welcome to Life on Your Terms. I'm Suzanne Arjona, your host. And last week in the blog, I told a part of my story, one of the defining moments in my life that really threw me for a loop and started a whole new journey in my life. It was a whole new role of playing a mom of twins. So when you're in the role of wife or mom or boss, like a role played on stage, you become that person. That's your job, so to speak. You want to be the best mom to your kids, teaching and guiding them, the best wife to your husband, supporting and loving him, and the best boss to your employees, leading and directing them to success, right? Well, our roles can define us, or we can define the roles. How we approach our roles in life will determine whether we lose ourselves to those roles or stay grounded in our foundation. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm Suzanne Arjona, and this is Life on Your Terms, where we'll explore how to follow your heart, take control of your life, and live it on your terms. So who are you outside of the roles you play? That's the big question, right? Maybe outside of those supporting roles, you also play other supporting roles, like friend, community volunteer, neighbor. But what are the roles that you play solely for yourself? Do you even have time or energy for you when you're not in a supporting role for someone else? Is there a role that is simply you being you? You who likes to go on nature walks and sketch wildlife. You who likes to sit on the porch and knit quietly with a cup of coffee. You who loves to wander and get lost in a museum. You who loves to immerse yourself in yoga practice. This is what we're looking for. Our purpose, our authentic self. The self who gets lost being everything to everyone else. For me, I've done many of these things at various times in my life. Before marriage and children, I traveled around the country, living where I wanted to live, moving when I felt like moving, exploring along the way. When my boys were young, that changed. I had much less time for being just me and taking off to explore on a whim. But I explored with them. We went on trips to the park to go letterboxing, or we'd sit quietly at home while they played and I read a book with a cup of coffee. But it was definitely different from my life before. Now, once they were older and went to live with their dad, life shifted again. And suddenly I was no longer in that supporting role of mom on a daily basis anymore. This allowed more time for that role of just me again. But it was a big adjustment. I had become so used to playing that supporting role that I forgot who my core character was. I forgot how to be just me. And for a while, I floundered. It took a while to find myself again. Now, this happens to a lot of moms. You get so deep into your role as mom, caregiver, problem solver, household manager, that you forget who you were and who you are. When that role ends, when your kids grow up and move out, you're suddenly lost. That role played you. That role defined you. Okay, it's like a character actor who can never shake being recognized for that one defining role. When people see them, they're always that character, and they have a hard time finding success in other roles. Now, sometimes this happens because they played the role so well. They just really embodied that character. But other times it's because even after production ended, they didn't let go of that persona, and they carried it with them into every other role they tried to play. So how do you get back to your foundational role? How do you get back to you? How do you stay true to you while being all the things you need to be for everyone else? So getting in touch with what excites you and what lights you up is the first step. Okay, you really need to think back and look back and feel back to how your life used to be. Okay? Remembering who you were at a time in your life when you felt most alive. Now, there are exercises that I use for this in the coaching space to help focus on these moments. You can also look at your human design and see how your life themes have played out throughout your life. When you look at things like your incarnation cross, which is explained to you during a reading, you'll see themes that have run through your life regardless of the roles you've played. These themes are who you are at your core, who you can always go back to. They are your foundation. So each stage of your life will offer opportunities for different roles. Okay, we know that. You're going to be different things for different people. You're going to do different things with your life. Now you can take on these roles and play them so well that they become you and forever define you. Or you can play them for the time and they become part of you while still holding on to your core. And all those parts of you come together over time and you evolve as life changes. Okay? So it's up to you to choose. And I love choices. Life is all about choices. So thank you again for tuning in today. Keep sharing Life on Your Terms with your friends. I know I appreciate it and they do too. And if you're interested in learning about your life themes and your incarnation cross and how they've shown up throughout your life, you can run a free human design chart on my website to start exploring, or even schedule a reading and I can show you how to see these parts of you. You can find the links for my website in the show notes, and all of those options are out there. Remember to stay true to you, and I'll see you in the next episode.